we spent more money on the veil than on the dress, and you didn't end up wearing it properly. That's why.
Well, okay.
Like the viewers are hearing all this excruciating detail and planning, and yet, like the key moment, the pinnacle of the whole night, the actual wedding, you didn't put the veil over your face. So you walked in with the veil back.
A lot of people do that nowadays. We're coming up on how many years of marriage?
8 years.
8 years? Mm-hmm. Is that 9 years?
Ooh.
Okay.
In 2010.
8 years of marriage. As a part of our Story of Us thing.
Story of Us?
Yeah. Hashtag Story of Us, where we are telling our viewers who we are, how we met. So we should probably tell them or show them our wedding.
Okay.
Yeah?
Sure.
So, after we got engaged, which was on Valentine's Day, right?
Yes. We already talked about that, though, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. We did the engagement video already. So we had a place in mind. Yeah, so while we were dating, we weren't even engaged yet. We were scoping out wedding venues in Nicaragua, and this was in January when we were there. Then you proposed in February. And then we decided on, we basically had one in mind that we had seen when we were visiting in January.
We had 2 in mind, I thought.
2 in mind, yes. We ended up deciding on a place that was like a Spanish villa.
Actually a colonial era Spanish town. With a chapel and buildings and everything, like a reproduction.
So I had to go ahead of time. Do you remember that?
Yes.
A month ahead to prepare for the wedding. And I didn't know the language, and so your mom had to help me, and your aunt.
You didn't even speak a lick of Spanish at all?
No, hardly any. But I was very confident, because I thought, it's very similar to Italian. I took Italian university, so that's what we ended up.
And how did that end up going?
It was okay. It was a bit frustrating, because certain terms, for example, I struggled with the word ribbon. I could not figure out what it was, and I was trying to describe it. And
what is the word for ribbon?
They said cinto.
Oh, yes. I thought it was cinta.
Cinta. Okay. I don't know.
Okay.
Cinto or cinta. Probably feminine. Because I was very specific about my bouquet. I wanted it to have a satin cinta, and at the very bottom I wanted it to have like a gem ring of gems at the bottom. It's so hard to describe, and it's also hard to describe the style of flowers because they're used to the traditional symmetrical, like lots of little tiny white flowers and stuff like that. And I wanted something more modern that was like bright, like large red flowers and then green sticking out from different directions. So, but they did a great job. After I showed them
the flowers were great.
Yeah, they did really, and I love my bouquet. They have, so the calla lily is normally white. I fell in love with these black calla lilies, kind of reddish black. And they went really well with this native flower in Nicaragua. I forget what it's called, but it's red and it kind of looks rubbery. It's a tropical flower, I forget the name. I had to prepare the cake as well. The cake was another modern look. I did a 3-tier square cake. And then had just little simple dots in them.
Yeah, that's right.
And it was a nice white wedding topper. It was just pure white figurine. I really value high quality photos, so we ended up spending the bulk of our money on photographers, which we flew in from Arizona into Nicaragua. And at the same time, we also had our pastor come over from the States, who was going to marry us, and we decided to do like a thing to introduce our guests, our American guests, to Nicaragua.
Oh, you mean the little tour we gave them?
Yes, yeah. So we showed them like the lagoon and the volcanoes, and then another nice touch was, I think it was your aunt who hired a mariachi band and surprised us with a mariachi band.
Yeah, the night before.
Yeah. bridesmaids. And you?
I had 3 groomsmen. Do they call them groomsmen here?
I think so.
Okay. I think they call them ushers.
Hens and something. So we also had a beautiful little flower girl, and she had to wear a Chinese dress.
Who got her that dress?
I did.
Right.
The qipao. And it's a traditional Chinese dress, and she loved it. She felt so pretty, and they did a little like a bun in her hair. It was very nice. So our wedding colors were really classic. So it was black, off-white, and red. Red was the accent color.
All the guests that were men wore tuxedos only, and all the guests that were women dressed in black dresses.
Black and white or black. And so I think it really elevated the whole event. I think the guests, once they entered, they felt like this is a very classy wedding, and it made them feel a little bit more like special, I think. What do you think?
I think so, yeah.
Now there were some exceptions. So my mom wore a lime green dress, and your mom wore a
some
bright
kind
blue.
Of teal blue or something.
Yeah, very blue, satiny dress. And then your father had a gray vest, waist.
That's right, yeah. My outfit was based off of Leopold from Kate and Leopold, with the long tails on the tailcoat and cravat. What is it?
It's called a cravat.
Cravat.
But the tuxedo place that we were renting from didn't have it.
I don't think they even knew.
So what we did was we put a tuxedo shirt on with a long necktie, and it looked like a cravat. And then the key part is
the high boots.
Your riding boots.
Yeah, the riding boots made that outfit. I think.
I love Kate and Leopold. I love that look.
Yeah.
And I cut your hair.
Yeah, as you do now. You cut my hair then for the wedding.
And then naturally I did your hair, and then I did my hair and my makeup.
You cut your own hair. Yeah.
I didn't cut my hair, no. But I rolled my hair, and then I rolled it again, and then put layers of makeup on. You know how everyone
So most
looks
people
different
get
for
someone
their
else
wedding.
to do that? Is that?
Yeah, a lot of people do. I just don't trust anybody else. I've had other people do my makeup before, and it's like they don't know how to do Asian makeup, and they make my eyes look really weird. Because my eye shape is very strange. It doesn't have the double lid. It doesn't have that fold. So it's called like the single lid, I guess.
You're not supposed to color that fold.
Yeah, exactly.
As significant.
People are used to coloring in that fold. You know, that's how they know where to color. So
From
when you
one
don't
lid
have
to the
that
other,
fold,
they fill that gap.
they don't know what to do. Yeah, so some people would just go all up to my eyebrow.
My goodness.
So I let my bridesmaids pick their own black bridesmaid's dress. I didn't care really what style, but it had to be black. And the only thing I made them wear were these special Steve Madden high heels that were suede and had like a rose kind of fold on it. That was a really nice flourish. So it was beautiful, and I had the matching ones. So we all wore these beautiful red shoes, and that was the accent. Then my mom, she gave me pearls to wear on my wedding day. And you also gave me a set of pearls as my wedding gift. And then we had wedding favors that we ordered some wedding favors. So wedding favors are like the gifts that you give your guests when they come. And ours were travel chopsticks that were metallic, and engraved in them were our names and the date of our wedding.
Everyone arrived at the chapel, like a traditional Spanish style chapel with a bell at the top in the entrance. And after the wedding, there were hors d'oeuvres served between the wedding and the reception.
And that's when we went off with the photographers.
For formal pictures.
Yeah, it was great. With our bridesmaids, our groomsmen, and then just us. And that's when we did our classic shot.
Yes.
Modeled after.
I don't remember.
Your grandfather has a photo of him
yes.
and his wife. And they had that serious look.
We've taken that nearly every year, I think. I think we've missed maybe 1 year, but we've taken that shot every year.
Yes.
So yeah, after the pictures, then there was a reception.
So in the villa, they had a pavilion that was large, outdoors. So this is outdoors, we had a reception.
Yeah, don't show that little pavilion by the pool when we talk about it.
And it was by an Olympic-sized pool. So the table curved in a long row underneath the pavilion.
Yeah, and you hung all these decorations on top, this white sheet that draped. It looked really nice.
Like little crystals that came off.
Yeah. So we asked my aunt to help us find a musician group. We wanted a string group is what we wanted.
String quartet. Well, it turns out they have a symphony in Nicaragua. And from the symphony, there was a professional group. We hired the best group in Nicaragua for our wedding. And they came and played for the ceremony. I arranged the music. And especially A Floris, which is a vocal piece, I arranged for the violin, the cello, for the string quartet. And then my special request was also that they would play the Bach Cello Suite No. 1 Prelude. After our professional photography, we went to the reception, and we entered the reception with
our song, which is our dance song, a choreographed dance that we worked on.
We took private dance lessons and we had someone choreograph this particular song, which was
God Bless the Broken Road
by Rascal Flatts. And so we practiced it, and we came in with this choreographed dance.
I couldn't see how every sign pointed straight to you.
After the dance, we had your brother played a special song for us.
He played Billy Joel, She's Got a Way.
She's Got a Way About Her, that one. And then we had some toasts. The most notable one was your grandfather's toast.
Yeah, it turns out afterwards that it's a canned toast that he gives at every wedding, but I didn't know that
at the time. It was so nice.
But it's a great toast.
It was a great toast.
Yeah.
It was very emotional, and everyone enjoyed it. And your cousin Jessica translated for the English-only speaking guests. And then we just finished the evening with salsa dancing. Lots of dancing.
Yeah, my brother's a salsa dancer.
In fact, isn't your brother an instructor of some kind?
I think he is, yeah, he's a salsa dance instructor.
Yeah. So everyone wanted to turn with him.
Yeah.
He just throws the girls around. Yeah, and I enjoy that too.
He's still single.
And there was a bouquet toss. Toss the bouquet. There was also the, what is it called? The garter toss?